1035 KTU, the beat of New York. It's Carolina Bermudez and Greg T in the morning with the beautiful Kesha.
Hello.
What's up? Now, Kesha, you came in. I know it's a morning show in your PJs.
I sure did.
These are the most fabulous PJs I have ever seen. I just said I'm going to re-up my PJ game because I wear like long sleeve T-shirts from college and like pajama pants.
I mean, that's okay too. I'm a big fan of just wearing things out until they disintegrate. But I have also, this is my new life hack, is I just wear pajamas, but then put a cute pair of shoes with it, and you call it like outerwear.
I love it. And then like a fabulous necklace. I mean, this is like really motivation for me. I'm going to do it.
Just put on, it's like costume jewelry.
I love it.
She's so relaxed. Like, if you're going to go in for a job interview, would you come dressed up like that?
I mean, it depends on the job.
Yeah. You know what? I think that you are doing okay. Like, we are so glad to have you here. I mean, we saw you on the AMAs. That performance, you absolutely crushed it. Raising Hell with Big Frida, which is the single out right now.
Yes, it's out right now, and I'm super excited because I met her on the cruise, and then it all kind of came together. We got matching tattoos on the cruise.
Stop it. You have matching tattoos?
With Big Frida, yes. That's like how our friendship was solidified. And then I was like, okay, all right, we got to do a song together.
I love it.
And then Raising Hell came of it.
Now, explain the cruise, because I think a lot of people aren't aware.
Okay, so I didn't understand either before I went on the first Kesha cruise. I'd never been on a cruise. I was very nervous. I was like, what is this going to be? This could be a disaster, and we're going to be stuck at sea, and like I'm going to be responsible for this. So I get on the boat, and all of a sudden there's people in narwhal outfits handing out condoms. Then there's shows all day, all night.
That is bizarre.
There's drag brunch. You can lip sync for your life, and it's kind of like a music festival on a boat. There's no time or sound constraints, so everyone's just up finding lovers and making friends.
I heard you were naked.
Yeah.
Guys have glitter in their
I'm
beard.
always as naked as I can be whenever I can be.
This is fantastic. I've been waiting to meet you my whole life. I mean, I love being naked.
This is Greg T's dream.
Yes,
You
seriously.
should come on the cruise. Just everyone's as free as they want to be.
I love that.
And it's like every age range, and there's so much love. That was the thing that I took away from it, is everyone was helping each other out. Like people, if they got a little too drunk, they would like help them to their room and leave a little note and be like, I hope you're okay. And I would just see people helping each other out, and it was so sweet, but then it was also incredibly debaucherous.
Yeah.
And then I had a friend go downstairs to the spa, and apparently there's Botox on this boat.
Really?
She came back up and was like, I got Botox and a Rolex.
Oh
and I
my
was
God,
like, where's the
would love
Rolex?
that. Now I'm really in, because I am the Botox queen. So this is great.
I like highly recommend it for anybody that likes to have fun.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. So I saw actually Big Frida at Jazz Fest, and I have to be honest with
amazing.
you, there are so many stages at Jazz Fest, and when I tell you, people were just clamoring to get over there in time. So how did you guys get together other than the cruise? Like, how did you guys collaborate to come up with Raising Hell? Because the song is just, it's there's so much depth to it, you know, but it's still so fun.
Thank you. I am happy. I'm happy you said that, because I find depth because I wrote it in it, but I think surface level, it's a celebration of shaking your ass and being a little bad and a little good.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the dichotomy of that is what makes being alive really fun. But underneath it, especially in the last little part of the song, it's really talking about how it was inspired by the cruise, actually, because that's where I first met Frida. And I saw so many people just being as free and accepted and celebrating themselves. And it's kind of what the end of the song is about how life should be a celebration of yourself, and you shouldn't have to hide, and you should feel salvation in being yourself and being as vulnerable and open with who you are as you possibly can be.
But hasn't that always been kind of your message? I mean, I feel like that this is just a continuation of that.
Well, it's definitely always been what I would like to feel like, but that was one of the first times I could really, I'd been through a fair amount of bullshit in my life.
Right.
No,
and so,
not you. Yeah.
And so I really feel like it was practicing what I preach, and like really trying to have self-love, because that's really hard. And I never want to sound like a douchebag, but I think it is really important to be kind to yourself and loving and accepting of yourself. Who
If you don't look out for yourself, who's going to look out for you?
that's
the
right.
whole thing. If you don't love yourself,
Right, you have to.
Like Rue says.
It starts there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you're living in the rainbow now. That's
Love
where we
that.
are.
Yeah, that's what I
Yes,
like to
that's-
say. It's like I always promised myself I'd live in the rainbow, and I feel like I'm fully executing that down to wearing pajamas.
I love seriously, the pajamas is great. You really got me there.
Thank
So
you.
the album High Road, it's your 4th studio album. It's set to come out January 31st. And tell us why High Road was the perfect name for the album.
High Road has a couple different meanings. So I think after praying, people would think, I'm always going to be taking the high road. And of course, that's the goal. But it's also very much about how the things that used to get to me and bother me, now I just get high and laugh about it. Really just don't let it get under my skin.
I love how happy you are.
Yes. No,
Really?
it's good to see and it's refreshing, because it's like when you're in that moment, that's where you come up with like websites like bitchimblessed.com. You know what I mean? Like
Before you got
people
here, I
have
was
to
saying,
do that.
if you ever had a website, what would you call it? You know? Would you call it Bitch I'm Blessed? That's
I was going to
terrific.
say, did you have to ask somebody for that website? Because it's
Oh,
like
I had to
sometimes-
buy the website.
No way.
It
No,
was
you
like
didn't.
$10.
That's like the creativity on the internet. It's really out of this world.
Here's the thing. You can buy websites for fairly inexpensively. This is a fun game we play on the tour bus. Is we'll come up with crazy names and type it in, and then you can buy the website.
Yeah.
Especially, it's a great drinking game.
Oh my
so
gosh,
fun.
we have got to play. Now, High Road, also, we're so excited about it, but there's like a little bit of a mixture. There's pop, there's country, and then there's the potato song, which has me a little bit confused. I'd like for you to explain to us where the potato song came about.
Okay.
I said, what's your favorite potato? Are you a
He goes,
gratin?
a gratin scalloped.
Yeah,
Like,
are
what
you
do you think
like
inspired
It's
you?
like a good old-fashioned potato. I don't know what okay, so the potato song, let me rewind. I was writing that with my mom and my good friend Stuart, and they just know me really, really well. And I was having a day where I was like, you know what? My long-term goal is to move to an island, run around naked, as we spoke about before.
love that about you.
Eat a bunch of candy,
Yeah.
and grow potatoes. And so they were like, we should write a song about it. And I'm not one to shy away from subject matter. I mean, I've written songs about Godzilla and dinosaurs, so why not potatoes?
Well, potatoes are a life source if you think about it. You can eat them. You can also ferment them and make vodka. I mean,
Yeah.
there are a
Yes.
lot of different things. I've given this a lot of thought.
Right.
So,
You can
know
play
what?
catch with them.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can do extracurricular activities.
You can stuff your bra with them.
Absolutely.
So what is your favorite potato? What do you like?
I just like a good old-fashioned potato, but I'll take
Mashed.
a potato. Yeah, I like a good mash.
Yes. Well, you know what? Are you going to have potatoes on the road backstage when you go on tour?
I think I
Because-
should probably have them on the road so I can throw them to my fans during the potato song.
Don't hit anybody. The High Road Spring Tour, it starts on, our New York City date is May 28th here at Pier 17,
Yes,
which
that's
is going
going
to
to be so
awesome.
much fun. I love the venue.
It is so cool. That venue,
so
it's
excited.
open. It's just like, and also May 28th, I mean, you're going to have better weather here in New York City. So
I'm excited about it not being so cold, but I have done shows in the snow, so I'm open to it.
You seem like that. You're like, nothing will stop you, you know? Like Kesha is taking the stage. Nothing is stopping her.
I haven't had much stop me. I remember I went on stage one time in Japan and they're like, you can't go. You might get struck by lightning. And I was like, well, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go.
time. Yes.
That's awesome.
You know what? Nothing does stop you because yesterday it was freezing and you were out like shopping. We saw like Daily Mail caught you out there shopping at, I forget where, but
I believe it was Balenciaga.
Balenciaga.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just like, okay, so the story behind that is I was walking around and I saw paparazzi and I was like, I don't look so cute. So I'm
I
just
thought
going
you look, that's the
you
thing.
saw the after.
Oh,
so
okay.
then I fell into the Balenciaga store and was like, okay, there's a paparazzi outside. Help me get it together.
Yeah.
And then I walked out like full on Balenciaga.
Yeah,
and
it
I
was a good look. I wasn't mad at
Oh,
it.
the after was good. I'm
Yeah.
so happy they didn't catch them before.
Oh my
Hey, can I
gosh.
ask you something about shopping? Sidebar. You know, if you are out shopping and you have to go to an ATM, like do you carry an ATM card? Like, do celebrities have that? Do you just put it in?
Of course you do. What if
You
you have
do?
to go to a strip club?
Oh, that's my
So
kind
you
of
have when it
girl.
says Kesha, you have your own ATM card, and you
Yes.
go to the machine, put your 4-digit code in like a normal person.
Hell yes, I do.
Get out of here!
I love that.
I always
Now,
wondered that about celebs.
well, also, there was something about a fan stopping you in the street. Did you sign something for them? I don't know.
I always try to sign if I can, So probably. Yeah.
was somebody going to get like a tattoo if you
Oh,
signed
yeah,
their body?
Yeah. Okay, so my animals, my fans are like I wouldn't be here having this conversation with you guys, have a new song on the radio without my fans. So like anytime I'm not like, I can't even think of an instance that I wouldn't stop. It would have to be because someone's yelling at me that I don't have time and I'm going to be late to a live interview or like to catch a flight. There are like very few instances that I won't stop. So asking me if I stopped. Yes, but then I remembered there were some fans outside of the Balenciaga store, and one of them was going to get a tattoo.
Yes,
on her ribs.
And I love that because it's like, is there any place that Kesha won't sign? I don't think you would say no to anything.
No, I've given tattoos pretty much, if you can think about it, per request.
Yeah,
I've given tattoos on butts. That is a really hard place to give a tattoo, by the way.
See, no, I would go and do that, but that's I'm going to say no and pass. But it would be something that you would find me doing for sure. But here you are shopping at like Beyonce. Was it Beyonce? What's it called?
Beyonce.
I don't shop right.
Beyonce.
Right. I can't.
I wish.
So look how far you've come. Like, for instance, like, what's your first job as a kid growing up?
Oh my gosh. Okay, first job I worked at this like really shitty restaurant as the hostess.
Really? So you're a hostess at a regular shitty restaurant?
Oh yeah, it was terrible. And then I got fired from that, and then I moved to LA, and then I was a telemarketer refinancing home loans.
No.
For like a day.
Okay, yeah, that was gonna say
like one day. I didn't even know what it meant, and like nobody said yes. Everybody just hung up on me.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's fine. But I made like $4 a day. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then I was a waitress for a while.
Really?
Yeah, I worked at a wine bar. I worked as a bar back.
You know what? It gives you experience, and it also makes you appreciate things when you're like, later on, when a waitress is having a bad day.
Oh,
you give them a break.
I used to cry at people's tables, and they'd be like, who is this waitress that's crying into my salad? And so now I always try to tip well as well.
You never did makeup? You never did makeup? Because, I'm so surprised that you never went into that, area, especially with you have a beauty line.
I wish. No, I know exactly what I want on my face. That beautiful being is who actually does the hard work. I know what I like. I have had so much makeup on my face. That's why I put out a makeup line, because I know what I want. I know what I like. I want to make it great quality. I want to make great packaging. I really want to be involved in everything. It just make it special. Something that when people get it, it's different. It's special. You want to have it out on your counter because it looks interesting. All the things.
Yeah.
All the
yes.
I'm like a packaging.
I'm a sucker
for
it's
packaging.
Kesha Rose Beauty, by the way, and I want people to check it out because you've got beautiful pigmented colors.
Yeah.
And we were actually guessing before you came in here, Sarah, our videographer, we were like, what is she going to be wearing? Then she said glitter.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I think a little bit of glitter, perhaps a feather here or there, So it's definitely, it's like your spirit. Kesha,
That's what I hope so.
Yeah,
because the makeup, the eyeshadow palette is called the FTW, which stands for Fuck the World. And
I didn't even know what FTW meant, but I'm learning so many things
I just want to say,
now.
Kesha, I love that you're so real. Like, I just love it. I cannot get enough of you. This is the greatest interview ever so far.
I'm sending you some makeup.
Oh my God.
It'd be so good.
I need it. I look like
Shrek.
Shrek.
Are you sending it just to him?
Oh, no, I'm sending it to both of you.
I have the face for
you have
radio.
to rainbow out. Like from the brows to the back of the head. I feel like you give yourself like a mohawk almost of color.
I will do his makeup when we get it, and we'll do a video, and we will post it on KTU.com. 100%.
Done.
Okay, awesome. Now, we do have to cover some business because I do want to mention that you are going to be on live with with Kelly and Ryan after the Oscars. So that's going to be amazing.
I know.
How did that come about?
Someone asked me if I was willing to wake up at 2 a.m, and I said, depends on what for.
I was going to say, if you're at the after parties for the Oscars, you can just pop over.
I think that's going to be the game plan. I really am not a morning person unless it's a continuation of the night before.
Yeah, you just like roll in there. And then also recently you were asked about J-Lo and Shakira at the Super Bowl. I know that you said that they were going to crush it, but this is where I start the petition. I don't know who's doing the national anthem, but I'm all for Kesha doing the national anthem if you're available.
Yeah.
How do we get you on that spot?
I have that is such one of those crazy big dreams that you're asking the wrong person on how to get there, but hell yeah, I'm down.
Would you be afraid of doing the national anthem? Because we've had so many singers come in here and say that they don't want to do it because it's one of the hardest songs to sing.
God forbid you mess up,
Well, you know what? In
you
life,
roll with it.
That's life.
Yeah.
Sometimes you mess up. I think at this point, whatever. People have talked so much shit to me in my life that that's why this album's called High Road. I'm like, now bring it. Bring it on.
I think everybody needs a piece of Kesha in them, seriously. I'm looking and staring and I'm trying to take notes and I'm like, man, mental note. Nobody gives a shit. Who cares?
That's right.
It happens.
It does. Nobody does. And the news cycle's so fast and the world may explode. Just have fun.
You're so right. No, you're right. It's one day they're concentrating on you. The next day somebody else messes up. So it's on them. So
it doesn't matter.
Can I just ask you, did you always have this kind of an attitude where life was just, you're like, just bring it on. I don't care.
Oh, dear God, no.
So at which point did this come on to you where you're like, you know what, I'm just going to roll with it and I'm just going to be happy and, turn the other cheek?
I think it was like, in the making of Rainbow, that was a very emotional process, obviously. And then kind of after that, and after I played the Grammys, that was always like my biggest goal and fear, because I felt like that was really like, it was so intense. It was so intense, especially singing that song at the Grammys. It was so scary and
that
so
was
intense.
a moment, though. That was such an incredible moment that people still talk about.
I
absolutely.
have not watched it. Don't want to. Lived it. It's done. It's over.
Yeah.
Don't need to revisit. But
taking the high road.
But like after that moment, I kind of was like, okay, I always felt like I had to prove myself in some way. And I kind of just gave myself a break. And I was like, you know what? If you did that, just move on. Like, you did the thing that scares you the most. So now just like enjoy your life. Because I think a lot of times we get these opportunities to do amazing things and almost take it for granted in the fact that you're so nervous about it. I know I do when I'm playing the AMAs. I got so nervous before it. And then you just have to I kind of have to just give myself some tough love and be like, bitch, you're blessed.
Seriously, I am captivated by you. I literally
think
love you.
Greg T has a new crush.
I 100%. Oh, you're absolutely my crush.
I love that.
No,
I will take that. I will love that.
Now
and
we
take
know we
that.
don't have much more
awesome.
time. We don't have much more time, so we did want to play a little game with you, and obviously it's called TikTok because hello, And by the way, I do have to say
that's the color I'm wearing on my eyes from my FTW palette. They're all
love
named after
it.
my songs. So I'm wearing Tonight, which is a song on the new record.
Okay.
And TikTok is the Silver Sparkle.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to play TikTok. And so basically, we're just going to it's like rapid fire. You have to think of 3 things, okay?
I might suck at this.
No, that's okay. We'll help you.
But
Okay,
but
so
with your new attitude, who cares?
Yeah,
Exactly.
doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Nobody cares,
Okay,
but I
Greg
just
T,
might suck.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, he's got his finger on it. Okay, so
Okay.
ready? TikTok with Kesha. Name 3 other pop stars.
Shakira, J-Lo, and Gaga.
Oh my gosh. Okay, great. Name 3 Disney princesses.
Cinderella, Little Mermaid, is she one?
Yeah,
and
Ariel.
Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, okay, all right. And now name 3 scents you wouldn't have as a candle.
Cat shit and dirty laundry and garbage.
Amazing. Okay, name 3
Double
things.
points for cat shit.
Name 3 things that get wet.
My hair, my face, my vagina.
Yeah, all right. Kesha, you're a champ. Kesha, you're amazing. We want to remind everybody that you can go to bitchimblessed.com to find out more about the tour and the cruise. Also, Kesha Rose Beauty, and your album comes out January 31st. We cannot wait. High Road, Kesha, you're amazing.
Love
Thank you
you
so
guys.
much. for coming
Kesha!
and hanging
So
out
much
with
fun.
us. Thank you.
Number 1 fan.
Yeah,
that's
seriously,
right.
I love Kesha.
Woo!
I'm
Thank
gonna send you a
so
t-shirt.
much.